Hi. So now you want to write a catchy fiction book blurb. You've written a novel, you've got it all finished, you got your 60, 80, 100,000 word novel done, and now you want to write your fiction book blurb. So that means really you only have to write another 200 words. Doesn't sound so bad, does it? But it's pretty daunting. I don't know about you, but I struggled with it a lot. With how to write 200 words, but they're dynamic 200 words, right? They need to tell what's inside that 60, 80, 100,000 words without giving everything away. So how do you do that? How do you make your 200-word fiction book blurb interesting, intriguing, catchy, that'll grab the reader's attention and make them want to read more? So I'm going to give you 3 tips. The first one is start now. Start writing your book blurb now. Don't wait until you're finished writing your novel. If you have, then you just have to go back through and take some tips out, and I'll give you some more tips on how to do that. But right now. Start writing that fiction book blurb as you're writing your novel. In fact, when you start writing your novel, start writing your fiction book blurb at the same time, because you're immersed in the story. You can pull things out right away. It just will save you a whole lot of time. The second thing that you want to do is don't start with a synopsis. Now, the synopsis is the tell-all of your story, okay? It's that long, detailed piece of information that is telling everything that happens in your story from beginning to end. It has all of the incidents, the characters, the climax, and the ending, okay? You don't want to start there. I know a lot of authors do, and then they try and whittle it down. But I know that it's also a place to get really lost. You're so immersed in the story that you get stuck in there. It gets really tough to get out of it and to figure out what to keep, what to throw away, and where to go with it. So I highly recommend do not start with writing a synopsis, okay? And the third thing that you want to consider is the idea that got you writing your story. Use that as part of your book blurb, because that is often what got you excited about the story and got you going. Use that in your book blurb. Use that as part of your book blurb. It'll convey some of that interest, that excitement, what got you writing it. And usually it's a pretty dynamic sentence, piece of information. I know that with one of my novels, Deadly Ties, really I had come up with the idea that this woman murders a man because he had raped her daughter. But she gets away with that murder. However, 10 years later, she gets charged with murdering her husband. She didn't do it, and she has no idea who did it, right? So I had that information. That was the idea that got me writing my story. And so the opening line to my book blurb is, she went to jail for the right reason, but the wrong murder. Pretty catchy, right? It kind of grabs your attention. It's like, oh my God, what happened, right? Because you don't know all that backstory and all that other information that I have. So I hope those tips have helped you. My name is Glenna Maggio, The Right Success, www.glennamaggio.com.